They'll be calling you a radical. First off, Obama's freaking trip to Hiroshima, the dog and pony. Should he apologize? Yeah, he should apologize for Fukushima, the cover-up of Fukushima, the mass murder. Fukushima is worse than Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And I want all you guys that are gung-ho saying, oh, Truman had to drop the bomb, they had to do it. The Bataan death marches, oh yeah, they were evil. What Japan had did to China, evil. What Japan had done to the Philippines, evil. What Japan had done to North Korea for centuries, evil. But that wasn't the Japanese people. Those bombs were nothing but freaking the military freaking Cold War beginning at Russia, because FDR dropped dead. They didn't share the bomb. They knew that they had it. So just remember one thing, how the young royal family, Hirohito, how old was he? How long did he live? How long did Hirohito live? Why did they go after him? Why would they spare the emperor? I mean, honestly, why would you spare the emperor? Sorry about that. I mean, he lived how long? Just like we were talking about the Anderson at Bhopal. Where was he protected? In Manhattan. Where were the war criminals of Nazi Germany protected? In Michigan, in Manhattan. The United States of using this corrupt cabal, and I want to talk about this as far as all the anti-nuclearism of you're wondering, we need faces and names. This is the faces and the names. These people right here, right here. It's called the American Nuclear Society. They travel all over, and they have these clubs on your dime. There's all the biggest welfare queens in the world. It's like all these people, we hate the government, we hate the government, we have that. They all work for the welfare. Everybody's working for other people's taxes. Oh, I don't work for the government. Yeah, you do. Oh, they're heroes, police. No, you're paid. You know, you're a fireman, you're paid. Your academia, completely government subsidized. You work for a defense contractor. You work for somebody who pays through the defense contractor. You work for a military installation. You work for the IRS. You work for, whatever. Everyone's on the welfare dime. Every one of them, all these societies, all these groups, every one of them, yet we hate the feds when you are the feds. No personal responsibility. I want to talk about Rocky Flats. Finally, here's the settlement. Well, oh, nuclear never killed anybody. And I want to talk about what's going on as far as the technology. Switching my juice up, going to this, 1915. So, I want to talk about this as far as the technology. This has nothing to do with technology. The nuclear cabal has evolved so big, they pushed they got Russell's baby, they pushed Wallace out, put Truman. The nuclear cartel took the field a long time ago, and they refused to relinquish it. The Manhattan Hot Project opened. This is all about wealth, control, evil, the money that exists. This has nothing to do with technology. Technology raced past this failed technology a long time. This failed technology is that. Incredibly grotesque, failed mass murder. Fukushima. Anybody who claims to be anti-nuclear, anybody anti-bomb, just the word Fukushima, that should have been the end. That should have been the end. Barack Obama, the cover-up of Fukushima. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, the cover-up then. Absolutely horrific event. Should have never happened. They should have took the emperor out, been done with it. But no, they let him stand. That's all you have to know about the nuclear industry. That's all you have to know is from the beginning. Why was he left standing? They slaughtered those people. And go to Japan. Millions of one-town, tens of millions of one-town bags to cover up the Clinton. Oh, it's great. It's economical. It hasn't killed. You know how many Fukushima workers? Look, there's been media going to different Buddhist temples, and there they are. The urns of Fukushima workers. They drop dead, they just burn them. They put them out there. They're finding bodies of dead workers buried all over right now. I mean, they used to marginalize the mafia. This is the most corrupt. So here in Denmark, or there in Denmark, they're trying to amp it up. Annie, there she was, right by Dan's house right there, who did the original logo. Oh, Sweden, nuclear's good, we're clean. When they don't mine the uranium in Sweden, they surely don't store it there. So there's big money in nuclear waste now, and control. Money, control. Social engineering on Balco. Control, control, control. Everybody's got their fingers in it. They know it's a failed technology. They Price Anderson, the IA, so Vienna. So these rats, they're right here. The nuclear site, they're in New Orleans freaking next month. They're going to be in San Diego. They travel around. Look, it's Arriva. Who's Arriva? The French government, which has to run with hat in hand to the IAEA. I was there, the CEO. Bankrupt. These are bankrupt technology. Westinghouse, who formed with Toshiba. I like how they still use the word Westinghouse. They're Toshiba. you know, to avoid American law, to backdoor. Now nuclear waste, they throw up their hands on the MOX fuel. When that was the answer, remember the answer was, Arriva's got the technology to MOX fuel, we're going to ship it to Japan, MOX the fuel through Savannah River, here's more billions, we're going to save the nuclear cartel. Obama throws up his hands after he's just looting Exelon, handing out money to them in every budget, and every one of these politicians, these Republican Congress and Senate go along with it, the Democrats go along with it, everybody goes along and just throws money to this cash cow, mass murdering. Fukushima, the word should have been the end. So they throw up their hands on MOX fuel. Right here, these front runners, Energy Solutions right here in Utah. Governor Herbert's so guilty, and I got him. Look, Energy Solutions knew they were throwing up their hands on Savannah River and giving up on the MOX fuel months before it was announced. That's insider trading. They bought the freaking pit in Texas months before. That's insider trading. Those guys need to go to prison. All of them need to go to prison, including Governor Herbert. He knew. He knew. Obama freaking leaked out that they were going to, he leaked out secretly that they're going to throw their hands up on Savannah River and they're going to ship the nuclear waste to New Mexico. When WIP blew up, they lied. Remember, it was a salt truck? That's a secret plan. That's not even supposed to be, never been approved by Congress. Not Yucca Mountain was approved by Congress, but Harry Reid blocked that because he's got his fingers in it. You know, everybody's got their freaking feast in the pie because they, look, this country gave up integrity, they gave up health, they gave up life for what they call, they think they're going to be money. They think they're going to be the next LeBron James, King James. They think they're going to be the next Arnold. They're going to win the lottery. We're all going to, oh my God, it's pathetic. It's a pathetic freaking, look at the debt. I mean, look at the freaking participation rate, the lowest in history. This country's impoverished. This country's broke. The nuclear cartel has broke this country. He's going to go to Hiroshima, Nagasaki. He needs to apologize for Hiroshima and Nagasaki. He wasn't alive, but he didn't do that. But he sure covered up Fukushima. I know for a fact he told the Navy to stand down. 32 ships, radiated 1.2 million United States military personnel. Not just the 32 ships. You know, can just slaughtered those people. The slaughtering of Japan, so the G7 summit, as it's going on, they've already come out. TEPCO says we're not going to burn waste, and we're going to delay the cleanup operations at Fukushima while they're here. And he was asked why. Well, we don't want to have an accident while we're here. But you'll radiate your own. Hiroshima, Nagasaki, on Balco. Let's play ball. Let's go along. Fukushima should have been there. Fukushima is the greatest ecological catastrophe. Rocky Flats settles out of court. What about Rocketdyne? What about Santa Susana? What about the Nevada test site? What about the atomic veterans? What about the atomic veterans' kids? What about my $1.8 million freaking bill? Give me leukemia. What about your loved ones? What about your children? What about your grand? What about the Pacific Ocean? What are the punitive damages for killing the Pacific Ocean? You know, and you're all in denial about it. You know, I got people taking pictures of tide pools. I'm like, that's not, I mean, look at your tide pool. The rocks are brown. There's no moss on them. There's no purples. There's no oranges, and they're trying to argue me. Look at this. There's fish. Fish swimming in a tide pool is not a tide pool. Sea anemones, big starfish this big, purples. You're in denial. You play along with this freaking madness. This is insanity. So you want to know who these rats are? These are the, you want to know who the devil is? These are the most evil human beings on the face of the earth that are killing you, mass murder. Here they are. Names, addresses, seal, right here. Don't you love these Chinese scientists that are relocated right here at Idaho at Atomic City? That are all, what's his name at Livermore calls himself Hurricane. This is how arrogant these creeps are. These are creeps. This has nothing to do with technology. The freaking the renewables took the field a long time ago. Look, even in Europe, where they don't get the sun like we get in the Western United States. Fact, California is producing so much solar energy they have nowhere to put it. They're producing upwards of 70%, maybe even higher, of energy that a day than they use. Right here, Deseret News comes out and says they're producing so much. They block it in Nevada. They block it in Utah. They block it all over to protect the nuclear industry. They just appropriated $53 million to build a port in Oakland to haul coal out Eastern for one group of people that does nothing for the state. This is how corrupt the political thesis is. This is all political. I want people to wake up in Denmark too. That they're trying to reemerge in Denmark again right now. These lion rats. Denmark, I've been over there, especially northern Denmark. They're all 100% renewables. They've done such a good job. Portugal, renewables, all of it, all of it. And remember, in the United States, we get so much more. The Western United States is sunset, the solar farms are on. Somebody says, oh, you can't store it. They don't need to store it. And they can store it. Oh, they got to use gas. What's wrong with natural gas? We don't like fractors, go Thunder. You know, you're all caught up in the NBA. Remember the owner of the Thunder killed himself? You know, that crooked fracker? Because the state, they're all afraid of jail. These evil rats, they're all corrupt. They're all corrupt. You know, so this has nothing to do with technology. This is all political. The technology race fire long time. This whole freaking world, like right now today, right now there's being enough energy produced to take care of the energy needs of this world through solar, through wind. Solar has completely taken the field in the United States, but they won't let it. It's political. Well, it's not political, it's all corruption. These evil rats go around these conferences and look at these creeps, because this country is ignorant and proud of their ignorance. The ignorant has taken the field. These are mass murdering. The nuclear industry is a mass murder slaughter zone from hell. And you want to know who they are? Here's their names, here's their faces. You know, and they're proud of their mass murder. This is a failed tech, the greatest failed tech. The science fiction economics of Ayn Rand, as I named science fiction economics, this trickle down economics freaking on you, has been a job. There's only been one big failure than these trade agreements. One big failure, nuclear. Nuclear has bankrupted this country. It is slaughtered. And if you don't believe me, look at the radiation readings across North America. They're off the hook. We poisoned our food chain. We poisoned our frame. And, you know, we can't look back. Huh. Of course we can't. But we could stop these thieves and these crooks. We don't use nuclear energy. It takes more nuclear energy to produce nuclear. It takes more electricity to produce nuclear energy than we use. That's a fact, Jack. You know, this is a big cash cow ripoff. And these grandstand, this is all the public done. They're welfare queens from hell. The bankers, the nuclear cartel, thousands of times. And Obama is their king. So he's going to stand there at Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Those bombs should have never happened. Never. Oppenheimer said no, no. So who do they find? They find that weakling creep scum of all scum. Tell them. You know, and the military-industrial complex and their paranoid freak show goes along with it. Bombs. You know, here, this guy's presenting from Oak Ridge. I mean, Megan Rice, the most dangerous place in the world. We got to secure, you're paying for secure. An 85-year-old nun just walks in it. They're liars. This is all a lie. The great nuclear lie. It's in a lie in India. It's, you know, in Vienna. The conference goes on there. A lot of these decisions made at the IAEA, and I'm going to be back at them there in Vienna. I'll be back at them in Denmark. You know, they're liars. This is all a group of freaking rats trying to think. We don't use it. We don't use any of it. This has nothing to do with technology. The technology already took the field. Not going to take the field, took the field. The freaking solar farm in the Mojave produces enough energy to heat and light the entire western United States. They block it. They block it to keep this beast. You know, and now it's all about the nuclear waste. They have the technology cleanup. Of course they're not going to. This is a cash cow. Let's bring it to whip, and they're front running. Energy Solutions front running. That's insider trading. These people need to go to prison. It's us as activists up to call it out to them in detail. It's up to us to call that out to them in detail. You know, as the grassroots activists, people say, you can't get about this. Is how you, here's their names and addresses. They're all over. You need to protest. Stand right in front of them like we did at the UNIE. These guys, you know, the head guys. I mean, we put the, look, they've had no resistance. They just sit back, come by, yeah, mass murder. They don't care. It's all freaking death for profit. So stand tuned. You know, read this settlement on Rocky Fire. Oh, nuclear never killed anybody. Nuclear's the mass murder. And the end should have been just the word Fukushima. So anybody claims they're anti-nuclear, I can't, nuclear bomb, nuclear energy, who's not ranting and raving, going crazy about Fukushima every day, is a fraud. Is a total fraud. Stand tuned.